Okay, friends. Okay, friends. So now we are going to see how to create RDS Oracle instance. Okay. So how to create Oracle RDS instance, how to install SQL Developer, SQL Developer tool, because if you want to connect to the Oracle RDS instance, we need to install something called SQL Developer tool. How to install SQL Developer tool, then we will see how to connect to the Oracle from the SQL Developer, because you need to connect to the Oracle DB from SQL Developer if you want to execute any queries. So what are the queries? Basic queries we are going to execute again. So first thing is we need to create a Oracle RDS instance. How to create Oracle RDS instance? Again, go here. Okay, come into the console. Go into your RDS database. Click on RDS databases. So click on DB instances or come down. Okay, let's click on DB instances. So here you see just now we have finished MySQL lab. Let's click on create database to create the Oracle database, right? So as we discussed, standard create and easy create. Easy create means mostly it will take default values. Standard create means you can make customized values. Okay, you can change all default values to as per your requirement, right? That's why we are going with the standard create. Now we have finished MySQL. Let's go with the Oracle now. Oracle, select Oracle, come down. So you can select anything, right? So depends on which edition you want, you can select it, but I am going with the default edition. Then here if you see, friends, the problem here is it is not showing anything like free tier. So meaning this particular version is not available for the free tier. So that's why I need to change the version to something else. Maybe you can come here and select something here. Okay, it is just refreshing. Once it is refreshed, it will show free tier. So select free tier. So you have to select a different version so that this version is available as a free tier. So we have to do all the labs with free tier limits, friends, because we cannot make a payments and all those things at this point in time. Okay, so free tier, select free tier, come down here. You need to give the your instance name. So what is this? This is Cloud Pandit Oracle DB something. Okay, Oracle, just put Oracle. Next here, same things, whatever we have given, we need to give the credentials to connect to this particular DB, right? So my name, and I will put some password here. Okay, reconfirm the password. Okay, done. Come down. So this is the class which is eligible for free test. So just you have to use this. But if you select other classes, here you can see 2 CPUs, 1 GB memory. Here you see 2 CPUs, 2 GB memory. So if you're going to the higher classes, you'll have a high computational power. Okay. So come down, these are the default storage, that is 20 GB. So if you are enabling auto scaling, if this 20 GB is filled, then it will automatically scale up to 1000 GB storage. Okay. So come down. So multi-agent deployment, if you enable this, but for our free tier subscription, this is not available, but for other options like dev and test and production options, you will have this particular option enabled. So you have to enable this option to make sure your DB is highly available, because if you are posting your DB at one availability zone, this availability zone is not available, your DB also not available. So there will be business loss. That's why you have to deploy your instance in a multiple availability zone, so that if one availability zone is not available, you'll have another availability zone. Come down. So I am taking default VPC. If you don't know what is VPC, leave it for now, go with the default. I want to make sure that this particular DB is publicly accessible. Click S, and subnet is, you can leave it as a default only. Click okay. Here security groups, everything else you can leave it to default. Okay, come down. So as we discussed, under free tier, you have these three options. One is 750 hours of Amazon RDS instance you can use in a single agent. It's not a multiple availability zones, it's a single availability zone. If this availability zone is not available, your instance will not be available. Okay, so 20 GB storage is free, and 20 GB backup you can maintain for free. So these are the free tier limits we have. Then just click create database. Okay, so now I have created this database Oracle. So name I have given some mistake, friends. Oracle. Okay, this is okay. Name I think at this point in time you cannot change. Okay, but later you can modify and you can change if you want, but this is okay. Okay, name you just adjust for now, or if you want me to change, I can quickly create a new database. Okay, what we can do here, let me delete this existing one. How to delete also you have to learn. See, select it, click actions. Okay, click delete. Here you can see delete me. Select delete. So it is going to delete. Let's create a new database because I have given wrong name here. Oracle spelling mistake. Okay, let's go with the standard create. Next we want Oracle engine. Select Oracle. Select Oracle first. Okay. Selected, come down. So as we discussed, this version is not available for free type, so we need to go and select previous version. Something you can select. Something. It is just refreshing. Let it refresh. So free tier eligible. Just select it. So come down. Here you need to give the DB instance identifier. Okay, Cloud Pandit iPhone Oracle. Okay, come down. So let me enter my username here. Come down here. You need to enter password. Just enter password. Okay, so password is fine. Come down as we discussed just now. These all things here. Just click on this. You have to make sure this particular DB is available publicly. Then click create database. So now database is going to create, friends. Now database is going to create. Fine. So as we discussed, right, if you want to connect to this particular database, okay. Again, I made a mistake, I think. I have not changed the name of my database. One second. Okay, let me just select Oracle. I think it has not taken previously name. Let me create a new database. System is very slow, friends. That is the reason. Select some version. Okay. It will be eligible for free test. Select free test. Previously I've given name here actually Cloud with iPhone Oracle. Okay. So come down. Enter your username here. So this is the class which we need to use. All these things is default. Click additional connectivity configuration. Click yes. Come down. Just click create database. Okay. See now, Cloud Pandit Oracle DB is getting created, friends. Okay. So this is also, I think, system is getting stuck. That's why this name was not refreshed. Okay, fine. So just delete this one also. This is unnecessary databases. You can delete it. So I'm deleting this. So we have done with Cloud Pandit MySQL, right? So MySQL database, we have seen how you can create, how you can connect to the MySQL DB from MySQL Workbench, all those things. Now we are going to see we have created the Cloud Oracle DB, right? So we need to connect to the Oracle DB. How you are going to connect to the Oracle DB? For that, we need a SQL developer. So if you want to create, if you want to install SQL developer, Actually you can install SQL developer in my local machine, but I don't want to install any software in my local machine. That's why what you can do, you can create a one virtual machine. In this virtual machine you can install SQL developer and you can connect to the Oracle DB. Click launch instance. Okay, this is Windows machine I want to create. This is select. So already we know how to create VMs, right? So enable this particular public IP, click add storage, click, yeah, go back. Let's give the, here, click tags here. Let me give the tag as name. What is the name here? This is basically Oracle VM. Okay, click configure security group, security 3389 to connect to the VM. Just click review, click launch. So what you can do, you can create a new key if you want. What you can do is Oracle VM key, download key. Okay, click launch instance. So instance is getting launched. So it will be launched now. So it is launched. It is filter, uncheck this. So here you can see Oracle VM is getting created. This is fine. Meanwhile, we will go and see our key. Where is our key? Here you can see documents, downloads. Okay, this is the Oracle VM key. Go into keys and you can paste that key here. Okay, Oracle VM key is here. Now what you need to do? Okay, here. So just click refresh. You can see Oracle VM is currently running, but it will take some time, right? Some time to come up. Fine. So now I want to connect to this Oracle VM. How to connect? Just select that, click connect. Okay, here you can see this is the username. This is the DNS name. You can take DNS name or you can use public IP. Okay, whatever you want to use, you can use. Let's take public IP. So select this VM and take public IP first thing. Okay. Now let's close this VM which we have used previously. Okay, let me open new VM or like a remote desktop connection. Enter. Okay. So let me put my password. So this is my password. Now click connect. Oh, sorry, password means IP address. Sorry. Okay, that is my IP address. See here, you can see my IP address I'm putting here. Then what I wanted to do, just okay. See here, I entered my IP address, computer DNS name or IP address. You can put it here. Here you need to put username. Username is actually administrator. So click connect. Copy this administrator. Put this username here. Click connect. So it is requesting us to enter the password. How to get the password? Get password. Okay, now browse it, select the Oracle VM key, select it, click decrypt. So when you decrypt that key, you will get the actual password. With that password, you are going to log in into this particular VM. Click yes. Okay, clear friends, very simple. We have created the Oracle DB instance, then we have created the one VM to install the SQL developer. Okay. Now I have connected to this particular VM. First thing that we need to do is we need to disable the security enhancements. Then we can install the SQL developer. So first thing is click here, select server manager. Okay, here you can search for server manager. Okay, double click on this. Close this. Click on local server. Click on this IE enhanced security. Turn off this. Click OK. bring it down and close this particular server manager. Now you open Internet Explorer. Here you need to download the SQL developer to install, right? So how you will download is, this is the link, friends. Okay, so this is the link in which you are going to download the SQL developer. Come here later, so put it here, enter. Okay, so the thing that you need to install is, you need a JDK. Okay, Java installation also it's required if you want to install SQL developer. So Java plus SQL developer, both if you want to install at once, you just have to click on this download plugin. Okay, review, accept Oracle license agreement, click this download. Click on this download. It will ask you to log in into the this particular Oracle account. So I have a already account. If you don't have an account, you can create an account. Okay, as I have already account, I will use the existing account. Okay, click sign in. See, when I click sign in, uh, okay, when I click sign in, automatically see it is asking me to download. Okay, so if you want to save somewhere, you can save it, or if you want to directly install, click open. So 9%, 10%, it is downloading now. It is some 450 MB. It will take a while to download. Let's wait. It will take a while to install. Just wait, friends. It is almost finished. And if, okay, running security scan, done, friends. Okay, so this is the bundle. Click on this, come down. You can see here something like SQL developer, right? Right click on this. Okay, then click open. When you click open, it will say it is a zipped file you want to extract. Yes, I want to extract all. So where you want to extract? See, I am extracting under documents. Click extract. Okay. So it is going to extract all these things into your documents. Now drag it, go to documents. See, it is extracting here. Go inside here. Go here. Go inside. Here you can see this is the exe file that you need to open the SQL developer, friends. Okay. So, but it is still extracting. Let's wait until it extract completely. Okay, it's completed. Now go to documents, go inside, we'll have a down, you'll have something in exe file. Okay, double click on that to open your SQL developer. See, it is opening now. Oracle SQL developer. Now I want to connect to the Oracle DB from Oracle SQL developer. So how you can do that? Open one more tab here. Let me log in into the AWS console. How you can log in? AWS console login. Enter. Click on this. Click on already have an account. Sign in. So that will open automatically. Okay. It will open. Root user. Let me log in here. gmail.com. Click next. Let me enter password. Click sign in. Okay. I am going into the console, friends. Once you are in the console, you can open your Oracle DB because we need some details about your Oracle DB to connect, right? Click on this. Click on DB instances. Which instance we have created? Oracle E, right? So click on this. Select this particular Oracle. Here you can see this is the endpoint. Okay. So this is the endpoint, friends. This is the URL you need if you want to connect. Okay. So port number is not required, but you need a URL. Select. Okay, that is okay. We will remove that here. So open now. Click on this. SQL developer opened here. Click OK. So now, if you want to connect, right? If you want to connect, click here. Plus. Okay, this is connection. What you can do? Oracle connection. So username, I need to enter my username is this one. Password I will enter here. Okay. Next, host name is nothing but whatever endpoint we have copied, right? That endpoint you have to put, and this this port number you no need to give 1521. So port number you have given. This is not XC service name. You need to find out what is your service name. Okay, how to get service name is go here. Okay, so you don't have much details. It is not showing much details here. Okay, so do one thing. You just come out, like come out means go here, come here. This is not this one. Come here, RDS instance. So this is the RDS instance we have created. Click on this. Browser issue, friends. Okay, because we were in Internet Explorer there. Here we are in a like this Mozilla Firefox, but you can use Google Chrome and all those things to open something like this in detail. Okay, so once you open this Oracle instance here, you can see endpoint. So this is the endpoint. I have kept it here. Where? Come here. So I kept it here. Okay, endpoint. Port number 1521. Service name if you want. Okay, so go up. You can say configuration. In configuration, you can see DB name. DB name is ORCL. This is going to be our service name. Come back. put your ORCL name here. Now test the connection. Okay, so test connection is successful. Just click connect, friends. Ask you to enter password once again when you connect first time. Okay, enter. Now click OK. Okay, it will open a window for you now. Open, right? So what you can do here, you can directly create a table here. See, create table cust CID in CNAME something like this. Okay, now you just here you can click here to execute this particular command. Okay, table got created. Now commented. Now I want to, so you can check all those tables here. Tables. The custom table created. Now I want to insert data into this table. Insert into some data, right? Insert into customer table. Values are same. You can say 1 John. Okay. Something you can say 2. Here you can say something robot. Now what you can do, I think, so let's put these two statements separately. So remove this comma. See, so insert into customer table, values are 1 comma John. So this is my first record I am inserting. My second record I am inserting. Suppose if I want to insert third record. Okay, so this is 3. Okay, Rosen, something. Okay, so these 3 records, if you want to insert, select these 3, click execute. What it is saying, this particular execution got failed. Okay, maybe the reason is we have to use a semicolon. Okay, when you are executing multiple statements at once, you have to give the semicolon for the upper statements. Okay, upper queries. Okay, so for these two things you need to give a semicolon, but for this it's not mandatory because this is the last statement, last query. Okay, now you can see 1 row inserted, 1 row inserted, 1 row inserted. Total 3 records inserted. Total 3 records inserted into the customer table. Let's check. Select star from customer. Same queries, friends. If you take any database, right? Now, see, these are the data: CID, CNAME, CID, CNAME, CID, CNAME. This is something row number automatically will be there in your Oracle. So now next. So I want to update something. How to update? Update. Okay, which table? Customer table. What you want to change? Set CNAME to Johnny. Okay, same Johnny. From John to Johnny, I want to change. Okay, Johnny, where? So if you are not putting any condition, this entire CNAME column will become a Johnny. That's why you have to tell only where customer ID is 1 at that particular row. At respective row, CNAME column, you have to change from John to Johnny. That's what you have to tell. So where CID equal to 1. Okay, executed. See, 1 row updated. Now 1 row updated, right? So let me comment this. Let's uncomment this and execute. So when you execute, only uncommented lines will execute. See, John to Johnny, it has changed. Now I want to delete this record. How to delete, friends? So same, right? So delete from customer table. I want to delete from customer table where CID equal to 1. So I don't want to delete everything, right? Where CID, customer ID is 1. Okay, only this particular customer I want to delete. Okay, so when some employee left the organization, you just have to delete that particular employee ID. You should not delete all the employee IDs, right? So that's why you are saying I want to delete only customer ID 1. So you have deleted. Now we will see what is the data we have. uncheck, uncomment this and run it and check. See, first record got deleted. So these are the basic comments. Okay, friends. So what we have done in this lab, we have seen how to create Oracle DB instance, then how to install SQL Developer, and how to connect to the Oracle DB from SQL Developer tool, and how you can execute basic queries. Okay, this is what we have seen in our this lab, right? So next lab is, let me close this. Okay, so let's go to the next lab. So we have completed this.